The world will never be the same once you see it through the eyes of Fairway Frank.
Frank, we'll sell London broils, New York strip steaks, pork chops, pork steaks.
Frank's mama always said, life is like a T-bone steak. When you shop at Fairway, you know exactly what you're gonna get.
Hey guys, it's Chris Williams here with Cyclone Fanatic telling you about one of my favorite companies that I've worked with, and I hire them all the time. Country Landscapes. They're located up in Ames, but they have offices in eastern Iowa as well, over in North Liberty, got one up in Clear Lake. I've hired Country Landscapes to do all the landscaping in my front yard, but I've also hired them to come over and give me advice on planting trees in my front and backyard. Stuff I don't really know about, but boy, the folks at Country Landscapes are experts in this field. They also have a skilled stone mason division that creates outdoor living and cooking spaces. It's something I need to look into. Check them out. Country Landscapes. You want that dream fire pit in your backyard? That's an idea for this spring. Country Landscapes supporting our March Madness coverage of the Cyclones here on the Cyclone Fanatic Podcast Network.
At the Carl Auto Group Collision Centers, we make it easy. Our expert Platinum iCard technicians use the latest technology and innovations to repair any make or model of vehicle on the road. Multiple locations in Iowa to get you back on the road faster. Get your free estimate today, in person or online at carlauto.com.
Your dealer for life, it's the Carl way.
All right, what's up, guys? Connor Ferguson here for the Cyclone Fanatic pregame show tonight with Iowa State facing off with Maryland here at Maples Pavilion out at the locals here tell me it's Stanford, California. They say the city name is Stanford. Palo Alto is not used as much. Everyone in Des Moines has been telling me Palo Alto. So if you're the people here, it's odd. California is a weird place. Haven't offended anyone with any sprint car t-shirts or anything. Shout out to Chris for that one. He was wrong on his prediction. But excited for this game. It's been a great March Madness on the women's side today. Louisville goes down the middle. Tennessee State after holding an 18-point lead. Rice goes down to the end with LSU and a really scrappy game. I know it's a LSU team like that from that staff and everything like that, but it's been exciting. So far. It's the best time of year, and I cannot wait to get to this game. We're going to preview it. Leave your questions in here, what you're wondering about Maryland, stuff like that. I'll answer everything that I can, but real quickly, I want to give a big shout out to Keen Project Solutions. Keen Project Solutions is a modern engineering and construction firm serving the agricultural, industrial, and commercial markets. They brands to pioneer the future of industrial agriculture. If you're looking for innovative design and building partners, put Keen's Iowa State alumni to work for you. Learn more at www.thinkdifferentthinkkeen.com. They're a locally grown and privately owned company. All three owners work in the business and are Iowa State graduates. About 85% of the team is Iowa State alumni. As a company, it's www.thinkdifferentthinkkeen.com and Keen Project Solutions. So shout out to them, everyone that presents our coverage, as well as Caliber. They are our title presenting sponsor for postseason women's basketball coverage. So excited to kick off the first round of the weekend with wrestling taking theirs, and Iowa State men got a big win last night against South Dakota State. Very fun game, but really amped to get like this for the Cyclones. You guys probably know just about as well as I do. The first 4 years, this is my 6th season covering Iowa State women's basketball. I think it's 6th. I don't think it's 7th, but I lose count very easily. Early on, the gigantic complaint for Iowa State fans was, well, Iowa State doesn't play with a big post, and teams that play with a big post overwhelm Iowa State. They go right to the big post and they would win the game. This is kind of that litmus test of, for all those years, so many said, well, all they need is a big post, and they're an extremely different team and a much better team, and one capable of handling other teams that focus on a major post play or a major post presence, rather. Tonight we find out Maryland does not have really any type of a big post that's going to back you down and take you to the rim. Allie Kubik is really good. That's the girl they'll have down there playing the 5. But she's not your typical post. She's not your, typical center forward or anything like that. She's the team's leading 3-point percentage scorer at 43, I think 43%. Hold on here. I want to get the decimal right. 43.3%. Maryland also has 4 different players averaging 37.5% or more from the 3-point line. I would look out for that. Iowa State's got to close out on defense tonight. That's got to be priority number 1 in the scouting report. They're a sneaky team. Cheyenne Sellers she can score at will. I was watching her in warmups, and I mean, girl's automatic at times. So that was really interesting to see. But Iowa State's got to start this game focused on closing out on the threes and preventing Maryland from getting hot from the 3-point line. That's going to be a really big thing going forward, because if you can get 2 guaranteed points down the floor going with Audi, that's a massive advantage for Iowa State. And if they can exploit that, that's going to be the keys to making it to the round of 32 and potentially playing a game against Stanford on a Sunday in front of a big TV crowd at the very least. So another thing with this Maryland team, they got Ja'Kai Brown-Turner and Bree McDaniel, and they're kind of the 2-3 pieces. That trio at the top, them and Sellers, are typically point scorers. I think in the 32 games they've played, there's only been 3 or 4 games where those guys weren't the leading scorers, and you can say that for other teams too. But what I'm trying to get at is Maryland doesn't play that many kids. They're not that deep. They don't really have a backup post player in the same vein. So look for, if Allie Kubik picks up a foul, look for Iowa State to go straight at her. It's a different team. It's odd. Noah Wolf, he's the Iowa State radio play-by-play guy, and you're almost looking at it, and I don't want to take words out of his mouth or say he said something, but you're looking at this roster and you're going, where are they getting the motor to beat Ohio State in the Big Ten tournament, but they're fundamentally a really good team, and their results are very much like Iowa State's. It's obviously March, anything can happen, but I was telling Tommy Birch from the Des Moines Register, Iowa State NCAA tournament game that I was more confident Iowa State was going to win in, that I can remember on the women's side. Maybe early in that tournament, they played DePaul after the first 4, I think. And then the year before, they played a 14 seed. I think they played in New Mexico State. This is all, I'm just testing my memory at this point for you guys. I hope you enjoyed that show. But no, I really think Iowa State is set up really going into this game. That said, we could be surprised. I don't know what Maryland is going to come out looking like, but pay attention early on in this game. How does Maryland guard Audie Crooks? What are they doing to bring players over there? What are they, they're going to double and triple team. Is Audie going to be able to kick the ball out as well as she normally can? And I would say too, everyone saw what happened in Kansas City. If you can play like he did for any of that tournament, aside from the 15 minutes, you're going to see an Iowa State win tonight. If you play like the first 15 minutes, I think we're going to have to change some flights later on to get home. So I don't know. I think Iowa State has all the pieces to win this game. It comes down at this point to execution and how well can you game plan. And in the NCAA tournament, if you're saying that about any team, I think that's a very good thing. So I would feel good about this game if you're an Iowa State fan. It's March, so you can feel up to a line as good as you can about it. So real quick, one more time, wanted to thank all of the great sponsors below: Carl Auto Group, Fairway, Central States Roofing, Country Landscapes, and of course Keen, and the guys at Caliber for presenting our women's basketball coverage all March long. I'll be back with the post-game show. We're probably going to do it, Aiden. I'll get with Aiden and figure it out. It'll probably be I think that's the type of schedule we're going with. So look out for that on social media. We'll have it put out everywhere that we are, and can't wait to see you guys at 6:30 when this game ends, or for you guys, that's when it starts, right? So 6:30 ESPN2. Tune in, follow our coverage on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and thank you guys for tuning into this one. Really appreciate it. If you missed it, check it out. The replay is live on. Good to go on YouTube right after this gets saved. So appreciate you all for tuning in, and see you after the game.